as I have said since the beginning of time, there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen, and the idea that now you're going to use this situation and all the usual suspects are already involved, we know that Attorney Crump is already involved, to then try to make Black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was Black is pointedly ridiculous. So I am saying to Black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that's going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from Black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid, they think we're emotional, they think that we always respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods, burn down your neighborhoods in 2020. And then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to making your neighborhoods better. And so now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that, because look, another video, and this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional we are. And that's exactly what Joe Biden did. He tweeted this on the heels. He wrote, Sonya Massey, a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young Black woman, should be alive today. Sonya's death at the hands of a police officer reminds us that all too often Black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. Sonya's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country, and our prayers are with Sonya's families, loved ones, and community during this devastating time. Okay, again, going to say here, this happened in Springfield, Illinois, that the only reason whoever is in control of his account is putting that out there is because too many Black Americans are turning toward Trump. They think too many Black Americans are catching on to the Democrat scam, and so they scan every one of these situations and they leave out the hard facts. The hard facts are that if you examine this just based on a percentage rate, white Americans, unarmed, are more likely to be shot and killed by police officers in mistakes, shot and killed by police officers in these correspondences than Black Americans. That is a fact. It is an inescapable fact. There's no way to examine the statistics and not come out with that understanding, okay? And they don't want you to know that. There's never been a time ever on his timeline where he has shared anything about a white person being killed unarmed by a police officer because it doesn't feed their narrative. So stand up to this, okay? And all you have to do is be mentally forthright. Do not fall for the scam. Do not run out of your house. Do not burn down your neighborhood in Springfield, Massachusetts. Instead, demand that Joe Biden make an appearance and let us know who has been in control of the White House all of this time. Because that is what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be a Reddit.
So Candace Owens making this, what happened with Sonya Massey, political. Blaming the Democrats for starting up all this racism between the police and, so what happened with Sonya Massey. Let me tell you something. Candace Owens is going to be Candace Owens. She's going to believe what the other side always says. Now, this isn't political. What happened with Sonya Massey is really what happened with all the Black unarmed Americans that were murdered by police throughout the years, and she's one of them. And then now you making this political. You blaming. Now, I don't support Joe Biden or support the Democrats. I'm independent. But what happened with Sonya Massey and making this political, blaming the Biden administration for all this is complete ridiculous. First of all, Sonya Massey called the police because she felt like someone broke into her home. And all of a sudden, you have police officer, and by the way, you see, let's not make it racist, right? Or racism. Okay, if that's were true, they explain about the officer's tattoos, skull tattoos on his arm. They're proving that it belonged to a white supremacist group, the neo-Nazi skinheads. Oh, but you don't want to make it racism, right? You don't want to make this about race. See, this is mainly the reason why we don't listen to Candace Owens. or what she says, basically, because she's not for us anyway. And by making it because we support Trump or we support the Republican Party, it's also completely ridiculous. This isn't about Joe Biden or Donald Trump. It's about Sonya Massey and her family. Let's get it twisted real quick. Candace Owens, you making this political, and then now because you don't want to make your hubby upset, you want to put it on, well, we all know the police did this, let's not make it racism. Then how would you make it then? If you have a racist police officer with a skull tattoo proving that he was belonged to a white supremacist groups. And like I told you before, in 2006, the FBI released a memo claiming that white supremacist groups infiltrate police departments across the country. But you ignore all of that, don't you, Candace Owens? You ignore all the facts. You're talking about bringing facts. This is facts. And yet you still don't want your hubby to be angry. You still don't want your people who pay your way to get what you get angry. But yet you don't want to be racism. You don't want to make it racist, period. Well, get to reality, Candace. This is racism. Because, Sonya Massey don't deserve this at all. Her family don't deserve this. And then you bring in Benjamin Crump, all of this. Listen, you want this to be political so badly. Blame the Republicans, blame the Democrats, blame Joe Biden, blame Kamala Harris and everything else. To me, let's make it clear, this is not political. This, what happened with her, happened with all the people in the world, just like you did with George Floyd, just like you did with Trayvon Martin. You always try to attack the victim in this case, and not face reality that we have racism is still going on in this country. Institutionalized racism is still going on in this country, and you try to ignore the narrative. Good job, Candace Owens. You just make it popular again. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments.